Okay folks, welcome to the highly significant video number 13 in our Wintermute series. We have just finished with the Grey Mother, aka Mama Murphy, who we are about to leave and head back up to the church with the pearls to deliver to the grave of Lily, where apparently we shall find some answers. I have no idea how or where or what, but let us see. The weather is not brilliant. Basically, we've got to head back the way we came in. Our temperature's okay. Let's just eat a little bit of food. I'm actually not carrying that much. So it's going to be slightly embarrassing if we wind up disappearing off somewhere as soon as we've done this. But I'm going to break a flare out as well, because I did see two wolves walking around down here not that long ago. So just need to keep our eyes peeled as we head back towards the church. So we've basically got to cross the bridge and go back up. The church is where we stopped initially when we came in. It was the area that we found shelter in. There were wolves walking around outside. In fact, I can see one from here. This is going to be none too much fun, I think. So we're going to have to head. It's a fair old way, I think, if I remember. Oh, it's not that far, actually. You can see the church from here. But we do have a wolf right in our path, which is really not what we want. I'm going to try and go for the give it a wide berth approach. And if that doesn't work, we'll go for the Brave Sir Robin approach. And incidentally, has anybody looked that up? Because I mentioned that a few videos ago of who gets the Brave Sir Robin reference. Has anybody looked it up yet? Okay, let's go for it. Now this is going to be a little bit trickier because of course we are going outside. We're not going inside, we're going to be outside. I did wonder if this church might feature a little bit more prominently in the game, because it was mentioned. It was in one, well, it wasn't mentioned, it was shown in one of the images, one of the promotional images. None of these are marked. This one is marked. Ryan Smith. Okay, we have a slight problem. Unmarked. Ryan Smith. Unmarked, 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 unmarked. Tyler Clark. Unmarked. Well, this is a problem.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Find Lily's grave marker and pay service to her memory. Well, it's not here. That one's not marked. That one's somebody else. Unmarked, unmarked, unmarked. Somebody else. Unmarked. It's not opposite, is it? There's a little fenced off area opposite. Let's have a quick look over here. Ah, here we are. Okay, so this is marked as a graveyard. Oh, here we are. Okay. So this is actually marked as a... Oh. Interesting. So her name is Barker. The same as the farmer. And we also aren't standing next to it. It's all the way over here. Okay, well we've done what we were asked to do. So now what do we do? Okay, I now don't know what to do. Do we go back to the Grey Mother again? I'm going to assume that we do. I can't think of anything else to do, so let's head back to the Grey Mother again then. There's the wolf. Let's give him a wide berth. Which is a little trickier in these weather conditions because obviously we need to be able to see where we are. We're heading for the road, but we've gone and discovered a new location as part of our running about. I have completely lost the road though. Oh, there we are. I think we found it again. Yeah, here we are. It's the bridge. So we were running in completely the wrong direction, but never mind. We're back on the road now. So I'm just going to do some sprinting. And we're going to get back to the Grey Mother and see what she has to say. Now that we've done what she asked, I'm hoping that she will now. I am going to work on the assumption that Barker and the Grey Mother were husband and wife, and Lilith was the daughter. Or something like that. Something along those lines. Unless Lilith was the wife and something else went on. Very odd. There's definitely some sort of story here. I assume we're going to launch straight into a cutscene, so...
Lily was your daughter.
You have a good heart, Mackenzie. You see things others would miss.
But the name, Lily Barker, related to the farmer? You said they were liars and cheats.
The years have made me angry. Lily was my daughter. Our daughter. I am also a Barker. The farmer was my husband.
You lived apart.
Yes. Our Lily died climbing. She wanted to summit all the peaks on Great Bear. She was young, already very talented. One day she went out alone. I said no, but he said yes. Let her go. She needs to face it alone. So she faced it alone. And fell. I never forgave him.
And the pearls?
They were my mother's. I gave them to Lily on her 16th birthday, the year she died. I wanted the pearls buried with her, but her father wanted to keep them to remember. We fought bitterly and never spoke again.
Losing a child is...
Like losing your own life. But now, maybe you can save your friend. And Lily's death doesn't have to be for nothing.
How?
Take this key. Upstairs, in my Lily's old room, is a trunk with her old climbing things. Take the rope and the map. Follow Lily's path and you'll find the back way through the mountains. It's the only way to find the route to Perseverance Mills. I hope you find her.
Thank you. What will you do?
I'm content to sit here and think of my Lily resting with her favorite pearls. You've done a lot for me, Mackenzie. I won't forget about you.
I'll try to come back. Or I'll send help for you. There's bound to be someone out there who can help.
My journey is finished. But yours is only beginning. Go. Go and don't think of Grey Mother or Milton. We're of the old world now. The new world is for the strong to survive.
Stomach feels like an empty pit.
Wow. It sounds to me then as if we are parting company with the Grey Mother. And we are heading across the mountain to Perseverance Mills. So that means we do need to get ourselves organised. I feel a bit sad leaving the Grey Mother though. I'd rather stay with her. Or at least have the ability to come back to her and help. I don't know where I'm going, where this key is. Oh, is this key's for this trunk? There we go. Oops. That is a bit of an annoying thing about the long dart now. That you have to hold the button down to do a search. So we have a rope now. We have Norm's jacket. Warm climbing socks. Lily's map, which is going to help us find our way out. And we are in now what is being called chapter 4 of episode 1. I haven't really been using the chapter numbers, but chapter 4 of episode 1, which is Paradise Lost. So presumably now our mission is to find the climbing area on the outskirts of Milton and make our way out. And if we look at the map, presumably that is where we need to go. It's going to be Paradise Lost, which is by the gas station off down this side road. By the looks of things is where we need to go. But before we do that, we really do need to get ourselves ready to trek, because ultimately it does look as if we will not be coming back here. Or if we do, it won't be for a while, or it will be one heck of a trek if we do. So we shall leave the Grey Mother to it, and we shall hope that we get to come back and see her again. And we shall head back to the bank manager's house, which has been our base. Oh dearie me, it's not looking very good. We certainly don't want to go trying to find a climbing route in this weather. We're going to head back to the bank manager's house, which has been our base of operations here in Milton. And we're going to sort through everything that we have. Make sure that we've got the very best kit with us before we set off for Perseverance Falls. This is a slightly different approach to how I normally play the Long Dark in survival mode, where if I'm heading off to another region, I will go with enough to keep me going, but I will always be intending to come back to my main base camp. This time it looks like we're not going to be coming back to our main base camp, so a lot of the stuff we've got here we're actually going to wind up abandoning and not being able to do anything with. Which is a bit of a shame really, because we've built up quite the supply cache here and we've got a lot of spare equipment. So I am kind of hoping that we'll get the chance to come back. We've also got deer hides, which are all cured. We've got a wolf pelt, which is curing as well. But we can't actually craft anything with them because we've not had the opportunity. So it's a bit of a shame really. Let's have a look then at our various loadouts. Let's have a look at our clothing loadout first of all. The Mackinaw jacket is actually not going to give us a benefit, so I think we're going to wind up leaving it behind. Socks wise, the climbing socks are good, so we are going to swap to those and we'll drop those. And I think that gives us the very best clothing loadout that we can possibly have. We are 5 kilos over our carrying limit, but we've got to take a lot of food and water with us. So this is going to be potentially a little bit tricky. We are going to have to take fire starting materials with us as well. So we're going to have to think very carefully about how we're going to do this. We need to take... let's have a think about this. We're going to need to take with us tinder plugs, and we're going to need to take with us matches, and I'm going to take 2 boxes of matches with me. Those 3 pieces there, I'm going to take those and those tinder plugs. We'll drop that cache. We'll drop that. We've got 4 lots of accelerant, so let's drop 3 of them and just keep 1. We've got 4 bits of reclaimed wood. I'm going to keep those, and I'm also going to take the fir firewood that I've got here. But I'm going to leave pretty much everything else here. I'm going to take my whetstone with me, and I am going to take the flare shell, 1 of the spare lantern fuel bottles. Water-wise, we need to make sure we're taking some water with us, so I'm going to take 3 litres of water.
Gear's starting to slow me down.
I know it's a bit heavy. We're going to have a think about this. We've got to lose 10 kilos of weight, because we also need to take food with us. Okay, well, you see, this is really difficult when we're going to be making these big treks. It sucks a bit that we're... Okay, we'll have a think about that in a moment once we've filled ourselves up. And I think pretty much everything in here is going to get left behind. I don't think we really need to take it all with us. Okay, so I've got to lose 15 kilos. Well, some of that we're going to be able to lose with food and drink. So let's eat. So what I think I'm going to do is eat the venison. That's some of the heavier stuff that we're carrying. We're going to eat 2 of those. Plus this. That's coffee, actually. Plus the banged up dog food. It's kind of heavy, so that maxes out our calories. Then I'm going to drink. So that shed 5 kilos almost of our weight issue. Let's drop that. How much is the mountaineering rope is 5 kilos, so that's half of our weight problem. And to be fair, we're going to leave that behind wherever we end up using it. So that may not actually end up being an issue. We might actually be okay. I don't really want to leave Will's boots behind, but I think I'm going to have to because of the carrying load. So we've got a fair few things that we're leaving here. Okay, what's the time? Okay. I think we are going to go for it. We're going to try and find Paradise Falls, Paradise Lost rather, which is the climbing area, and we're prepared for camping. Oh, the weather's still pretty bad. Well, let's make our way to the gas station. That would probably be a better staging point for this expedition. Make our way to the gas station. I am going to work on the assumption that we will have the ability to come back to Milton. So we can, in theory, come back to the bank manager's house as our supply cache. At some point, we can backtrack and find our way back here. But it looks like we're going to be making a difficult climb. So it's a trade-off now, because we need to make sure we're carrying things with us, but we also need to make sure we're not overweight. But we need to make sure that we've got the things that we need as we move forward. So it's quite tricky, really. We've got quite a lot of heavy clothing because of the cold and our general wish to keep ourselves warmer. We're carrying a fair bit of water, which, to be fair, we could make quite easily with small fires, but of course that means I need to carry fire starting materials with me. And that was one thing that we really did struggle a little bit with when we first started, was having the fire starting materials, particularly when we were having to camp outside. Okay, let's get ourselves inside the gas station. I don't particularly want to have to wait until the following morning here. Well, there was a bed in here, wasn't there? It's through here. So we don't have to bother with the bedroll. So let's just sleep. I'm going to sleep. Oh, this is going to... Yeah, okay. We're going to end up sleeping overnight. So let's just go for for the 8 hour or the 10 hour sleep. Let's just sleep overnight because it's coming up to sunset, so we're not going to get very far anyway, so we might as well. Just need to drink. Okay, food vibes are okay. Oops, nope. It's the bed that we're after. Okay, let's do 6 hours. Hopefully that'll take us through till morning. So, what we have basically done then is we've carried with us everything that I can think we're going to need to take with us to Perseverance Falls, not really knowing where we're going and what to expect. So I've carried as much food and water as I am able to do. So hopefully we will have what we need to be able to get to the Perseverance Falls area and find shelter there and start building up a new supply cache. Oh, that's cool. Much better weather. Okay, so that's the road, the main road. So this, I think, must be the road that we need to be following up through that gateway and out this way. Let's find out if we can get through that gap. Okay. There is actually a signpost here saying mountaineering, a walking route trail, which I assume is where we need to go. So let's go. There's a hut of some description here with a note. Oh, it's a notice board. And it has a note pinned to it. And there's a building up there as well. Let's have a look at this note. Part warning notice. Due to an unfortunate accident, Milton and area parts can no longer go in the climbing area within the park boundaries. Additionally, recent science have brought the safety of several common routes and climbing sections into question. We're reviewing safety policies. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's going to be the incident that we are aware of. We are in Milton Park, so we need to find the climbing area. So I'm going to follow the trail up towards that building up there, which doesn't look like a complete building. It looks more like a hide or a lookout area that's open, but it does seem to have a roof, so we can jump inside here. Just take stock of what we find, and hopefully then we can go and find this. Oh, there's actually a few things up here. Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Let's have a look in here then. It's like it's just a shelter, isn't it, really? Like a park office.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Yeah, I know, there's quite a lot of stuff that we're carrying here. Okay, so there's actually a fair bit of stuff here. I'm not actually going to loot this because we are already over our carrying limit, but we might be able to come back here and make use of this if needs be. This is the climbing area then. So I assume, because we've had a rope, we are going to be going down. And then we're going to be following a route round. Let's just head up into this little shelter here. It's a picnic shelter by the looks of things. Yep. Picnic area. There is a rock that looks decidedly like a rope attach point. It isn't a rope attach point though. Oh, and that is where we are headed by the looks of things. That over there looks like the rope attach point. Let's head over to it. Yes, here we go. This is the rope attach point. We are going down.
I have a bad feeling I'm never going to see this place again.
I have a bad feeling about that as well. Okay, so we have deployed the rope. We are too encumbered to climb. We're too encumbered to climb down. That's a bit of a nuisance. Okay, how encumbered are we? We're 5 kilos over still. So I need to lose 5 kilos worth of stuff. Well, we can do some of that by eating and drinking. So we're 3 kilos now. Is that going to let us do it now? Nope, we're still too encumbered to climb. Okay, that's a bit of a nuisance. So let's go back to this little hut here, because we can use this as a storage point to just drop some things into that we think we can live without. But if we do then get the chance to come back to Milton, we will at least be able to find them again. So let's come in here. Okay, let's drop things in the drawer. So is there anything that we feel we can live without? I think I'm going to have to live without these books. We're going to have to live without those. Anything else that we think we can get rid of? I'm going to get rid of some water. I think that's going to be the easiest way of doing it. We should be able to sort out our water. Should be able to sort out our water on the other side. And we'll get rid of one of our rosehip teas. That'll take us exactly to 30. So there we go. So we've done a little bit of tidying up. So let's go and try this rope descent again. Hopefully this time it'll let us drop down. I'm going to get rid of the flare. Well, holster it, not get rid of it. It's a long way down. It's a long way down actually, so let's descend down the rope. Well, that was not good. That was staged, I think. I don't think that was...
That rope was older than it looked.
Well, we are not going back to Milton. The rope has broken. The rope has broken, so we are not going back to Milton. We are now stranded down here. Find the route that leads through the mountains. So we cannot get back to Milton. We are stranded down here now. And we have no afflictions. We've got away with that, but we are stranded. So it is a good job that we brought what we felt we needed with us. But we need to find the path through the mountains. This is going to be a challenge. But it's a challenge we're going to tackle in the next video. Yes, we have come to the end of this one. So we have left Milton. We are heading through to Chapter 4, Paradise Lost. We are finding our way through the mountains. We're going to find it to Perseverance, which is where we are aiming for. If we have a quick look at the map, we are going to be... Well, that was Milton Park. That was the picnic area. So we are somewhere here at the moment. And presumably we're going to wind up at the big exclamation mark, Paradise Lost. So that's our target for the next video. But right now, I am going to say thank you very much for watching the significant number 13, and I shall see you again very, very soon.